Hello. It's been a long time since I've recorded. I'm glad to have you with me again. We are here in the ribbon world. I've had a lot of experiences. It's been about a month since the last time I've recorded a video. I've gotten much better at Factorio, and hopefully it'll come through in the videos. So I'm going to revisit the ribbon world that we never even got to the rocket with. That's the one we're in right now. It's 128 tiles tall and infinitely wide. And I'm also going to go back to my start of my mega base, which was my second playthrough, and I was doing things quite, inefficiently and things like that. So I will go back to that series too. I think they're up to like 105 episodes here, and this is going to be episode 26 here at Ribbon World. But hopefully, I'll get things done a little bit better and things like that. What I've learned through my many playthroughs of Factorio now, I'm under 15 hours for completion of the whole game. This one is well beyond that already. I think we're already at 19 hours for this playthrough. That's fine. But what I've mainly learned is I don't go for expansions on the main materials often, or quick enough. In this one, we've already set up a train line here that brings us both coal from there. There's a 5 million in coal available right there. 5 million materials. We do have this wall set up, and it is occasionally being attacked. I'm only using power armor right now. I'm not using power armor Mark II. There are turrets out there, but they aren't being fed by anything. Lately I've been really getting into using explosive rockets. It really clears out the biter nests a lot faster than me throwing grenades and run in, clear out as many nests as you can, run away once the biters get too big, clear those biters out, go back, run in, throw some more grenades. Hopefully you get a couple more spawners, that kind of thing. But I've really liked the explosive rockets. That way you don't have to bother with even a tank or anything like that. But that requires having personal laser defenses, which I don't believe this playthrough is advanced enough to have. Let's check that. What do we have available? Now we don't even have PLDs researched yet. And let's take a look at what's going on here. Liquids they're on the advanced thing. Let's take a look at the labs are up to yellows. Okay, so we have everything that we need to get all the way to the rocket, and it is in our queue right now. Working on worker robot cargo size 2 inserter capacity. Portable fusion reactor, that becomes huge when you upgrade up to a Mark II of the power armor. Because 2 portable fusion reactors and 3 personal laser defenses, you can clear out nests pretty easily. We're working on the RCUs, working on projectile damage 5, and working on the silo. Okay. I believe when we started this playlist I enabled queuing, obviously, that you see there. First couple playthroughs I did not, so every time a tech finished I had to go up and get another one started, otherwise I was just wasting time. So we have our supply train dropping off iron for us, and those are decent. Let's take a look. Coal looks to be, that's filling the train, and that's unloading of the coal right there, so those look like they are okay. Power is based off of steam, I believe. Let's go. I think we need to run over this way. So we're just kind of doing a refamiliarization of what was going on with the series. Yeah, we've got there's like 3 full banks of steam engines and a partial one here. I've lately been doing nuclear energy as well, and we have the sulfuric acid that is needed for it, and we have a patch that is within our walls over here. So that can be a possible avenue for expansion. Or we just throw up more steam for a while. How is power doing? It is roughly a little under half. So it's okay for now. Alright, so we took a look at those. What about copper? Copper in this, that's coming up here. I believe we have a couple different patches of copper. Let me turn off the electric network so we can see better. I don't have roll port set up. Alright, there's only 310,000 left there, and I think our little tiny patch over here basically dying. Yep, 2 miners left. So we do need to think about where we're going to get copper from. I believe that was a struggle. We had not found a large expansion of copper. Since we got a giant wall there, I'm thinking about just exploring to the right. Maybe it's there. So we need to balance out all these competing things and things that need to get done. We have a just 583% there in oil, plus another 313. Looks like that's a pipeline connecting the two, and if memory serves, that is correct. So, you know, roughly 900% oil patches, but I don't see any other pink dots, so that is what we are currently limited to oil-wise. So let's take a look at what's going on with the bus. That copper. So we're on a mixture of red belts and yellow belts. Do we have the capability to make blue belts? Excuse me, pardon my bouncing around. We do. We likely don't have the resources to support it, though. Lubricant, I assume we have that set up. Okay, this is the extent of our liquid setup. It's not much at all. We only have 4 refineries. Only have 6 plastic makers. We do have lubricant set up. We don't even have a tank for it, do we? Nope, it's going straight over. Looks like it's going up and around that little tiny little lake. We only have tanks set up for crude, light, heavy, and petroleum gas. Let's get some. Alright. So let's get some tanks for that set up. That's quick and easy. Just we can build up a buffer of it. And it is going over there. It's what is it being used for? I think some of the later on things on the bus require it. Red engines definitely require it. If we're at the yellows, we definitely would have red engines. Let's take a run down. Alright, we've got... Alright, I just picked up a ton of reds. I don't have personal roboport yet, do I? What do I have on the power armor? So I got 1 set of legs, a good battery, a bad battery, and a bunch of solar. 3 shields. Mark 1s. So the less effective shields. Do I have the ability to make Mark 2s? I do. I need LDSs, a bunch of lower shields, and blue circuits. Alright, so let's continue taking a tour down the bus and see what we have. Steel looks like it's got enough iron coming to it, and it is, you know, a decent sized setup. Smelters there, so iron's okay. Red ammo's got, you know, all those supplies it needs. Grenades, plenty. Gray science, good. Alright, a little bit of mall stuff here. Up to assembler 2s, obviously. Those are one of the first things you get after assembler 1s. Right. Pipe leading to yellow engines. Plenty of battery setup. Alright, blue science, very well. Very well, and plenty backed up. Just go over, take a look on the map view. Science has got everything backed up except for reds. Really? Reds are not producing because they don't have copper. Plenty of gears, no copper. We'll address that in a bit. Add that to our to-do list. Rails, plenty, so the purple signs can get going. Purple is not all the way backed up, but it is a long ways away from the labs, so it has lots of purple to get going, especially because no research can go right now because practically everything requires red. Alright, blue circuits. Huge build here. We are missing red circuits to make blue circuits. Greens, even though it requires 10 times as much green, 20 greens to 2 reds, there is plenty of green. Telling me that we are even more desperate for reds. Those are further on down the bus after the split. The red circuits here, so those are pretty much just lying dormant. Alright, let's go pick up some blues just so we can start to make some of these personal stuff. I can get one of these made. Let's go ahead and get that done. Be nice. Let that just percolate for a bit. Yellows are not completely backed up. Obviously, judging by where it is on the bus, it was probably the last thing that we did. We know that from the labs the yellows are backed up, but they are, you know, they've got a, like a screen width of buffer available. So let's go fix the red so that we can at least get research going again. So that progress bar in the upper right has not moved at all. It's leaving here, meaning that it just got cut off from everything. And since we're recording, I gotta make sure we have night vision. Yes, we have that. That way you guys can see better at night. I don't have to worry about placing lights everywhere. Okay, so why is this not getting copper? Come in here. And look at all these things that need to be upgraded up to red undergrounds and red belts everywhere. Those, after you get used to seeing blues for a while and you switch over to a game that has lights on yellows, you're like, why is that going so slow? Alright, so copper joins up there. There. It's because it's not getting that copper. It's only basing its copper off of those 2 little miners that we saw at the beginning. So those 2 miners feeding only 4 smelters. At least they're electric smelters. Cuts down on the pollution. Goes the same speed as the steel smelters. Alright, so that copper is going so slow and then it gets diverted up to green circuits. I'm hoping I've got more green circuit makers than that, just that though. 6 green circuit makers will not last very long. And you guys need another light over here. Even though I have night vision. I have 0% in the battery, so yeah. Gonna have to be placing lights down. Just so we can see. Otherwise it just gets straining our eyes all the time. There we go, guys. Much better. Alright, so yeah, there's got to be more green circuit makers. Please tell me that's not the only green circuit makers that I made. No, that appears to be the extent of our green circuit build. Unless there's a one further on the bus that I missed. But 6 is not going to supply it nearly enough for all the blue circuits that we're going to need. And like, let's do a little bit of... Alright, let's fix the copper first. And we'll clean up our dead miners and things like that. Get a situation of what these patches are looking like. So because that is not giving it the copper that we need, is going to die out soon anyway. I need to get a cut from here. And just boost that onto there. Okay, we'll put input priority left just so we can get rid of that patch over there. If for some reason this gets accelerated enough to be providing more than it needs, but at least that'll get research going slowly because it's on yellow belts. Now, I can use an upgrade planner, but without bots going, it's just going to leave a whole bunch of circles and make it nearly impossible to read. So right now we are on manual upgrade, which I have. Oh, I have lots of the other ones. Obviously, the red belts are easier to make than the undergrounds and the splitters. So, given where we're at tech-wise, I was worried about that. So, yeah, I said we're gonna fix that. Now, yeah, that's nice. Reds are going again. Cool. So research can at least get going. Let's go clean up our patches here. Waiting for space. Excellent. Waiting for space. Right. Here's all. You're done. Okay. It's just one of the personal pet peeves I have is miners being allowed to just sit there when they have no resources. I like to clean up my patches and get rid of them when I can. Those two are working. 1.5 and 4.2k, so there's another 5,000 ore to be had there. And these starter patches are all covered, so that's good. One thing I also cleaned up is the belts on these, and they are no longer necessary. Alright, so that's pretty much it's good to go. All the smelters are working there. They have enough ore. How about this extra coal patch over here? Yeah. One not working. Oh, you don't have a belt. Of course you can't do anything until I give you a belt. Alright. And these guys are all good. We are seeing progress in the tech front, so that is good. So we needed to grab iron so that we could make those tanks, didn't we? Let's get the tanks made for lubricant. Yoink. Thank you. Let's get one missing steel, of course. Can't insert storage tank. Alright, we've got dump boxes all over the place here, don't we? You. And because I'm carrying a ton of ores. Alright, get rid of that stuff, please. Thank you. I don't even have auto trash capabilities, but I still have some spots. Whatever. We're making progress. So we are there, good to go. We were needing steel, yes. And where do we put? No, steel doesn't come on the little bus until later in this version. In my non-recorded playthroughs, I've been messing around a lot with not using a bus at all. But kind of spaghetti work, you know. Spaghetti being belts going all over the place, but it's actually been fairly organized and things like that, and you're not doing a ton of stuff, but that's, you know, part of the neat challenges that I've been dealing with recently. But it's not in a linear format like Ribbon World kind of forces you to be, because it's only that tall, so you kind of are forced to use a bus. Just use up, you know, eventually half your space for the bus and have your assembly lines here. You know, makes it so you can get to stuff easily. You don't have to worry about something way down the line needs just a straight cut of copper. Well, you just pull off the bus. So the ones I've been doing recently look more like squares. Just kind of built out from the inside kind of thing. Alright, so let's get more tanks made. Okay, that'll give us up to 6 tanks we can use for lubricant. Build that buffer in. I like to put the tanks by the liquid area. I could easily put it way down further, but Doesn't seem appropriate. Okay, get some lights around here too. Here, let's do it right here. Nothing wrong with doing it right off the line. Let's get out of the way of the power pole there. Alright, those can fill up eventually. Actually filling it up quite quickly already. Okay then. And yay, attack is done. Alright. Power's holding steady, it's not fluctuating a bunch, so nothing to worry about there. Now let's go. So we got pretty much the lay of the land. We have a coal patch here, which we don't really need. So we have a giant one there. We have uranium. I will deal with that in the future. I want to get nuclear power going, because it doesn't take up nearly the space that all this stuff does for steam. Doesn't create nearly the pollution either. Okay. You guys aren't getting enough ore because you guys are based off of this little, because there's no iron over here. That was stone, coal, and copper. So this is the only iron that was in the base. That's why we had to do the extension over there. Little train that goes, which I haven't seen go yet. He was talking about other stuff and didn't pay attention. So these guys don't have a whole lot to smelt. There's a bunch of dead miners here. Alright, so eventually that patch will go, and it is a mixed belt, which gets sorted here. What is going on here? Splitter here, which nothing is going to touch, because the belts are going the opposite direction. Alrighty then. Okay, who doesn't have stuff? You guys are all waiting for space. Looks like all the splitters here have a little splitter with reds coming into it. It doesn't work that well. There you go, coal's red in that section. Looks like I was kind of being judicious in my use of belts, probably because I had to prioritize which ones got it at the time. But since I'm holding 2,000 belts right now, I might as well get these bumped up a bit. Especially that one, which was a bit low. That is just hazard to walk through, so we'll go to undergrounds. And those look like they are appropriately fed and backed up. We'll ignore those. Those are fine to go now. Power poles nowhere. Alright, so that's the situation with the ores and basic power. Why? Oh, yeah, it's a sort of there for that, because that miner has both. Okay. That was probably the patch went out here before. That's why we had to just redirected the thing, but you're never going to get anything anymore, so we can just delete all that. That's a sorter. This stuff is just extraneous. And we've picked up those. That looks like a little patch we can get. Needed You aren't needed. That becomes a... Oh. Well, that becomes a bus line. For what? What did it used to have? Whatever mixes with... Oh. That's for coal. Okay then. We need to... And those have not been bumped up to the electric ones. Interesting. I have 8 of them. Should I... Yeah, let's do it. That can be our current project. We'll keep the underground as it is. We'll keep the output as it is. We're being attacked. I assume at the wall. Yes. I need to go visit the wall, don't I? I'm concerned about them being low on ammo. And need to do some repairs to the wall, apparently. I'll leave that little colony alone till I can upgrade my stuff, so I can just blow them up faster. Yeah, I could do it, but I have a suspicion it'll be kind of a pain. But let's get these guys... Just redo this whole line. And the inserters will have to be different as well in the output line. They'll be in different spots due to the smelters being bigger. Alright, this is going to fill up the inventory. And it did. As expected. Take all that stuff, please. Thank you. Alright, while we're here, upgrade these while we're messing with it. Okay, let's get these guys going. Should have started a little earlier there. Yeah, there's room for all 8. Barely. Cool. I'm looking at the inserter situation. I'm using standard inserters. I have not made the jump up to fast inserters everywhere. That'll be one of the future things to do to improve speed basically everywhere. I love using fast or stack inserters on an entire base once you get it advanced enough. We need no coal for these guys, so that is the whole reason for the change. It costs you a bit in vertical space because they're bigger. It's more than worth it not having to worry about coal supplies for it. Okay. I'll get those guys working and all working instead of just the last couple. So that means this coal supply is toast. This can just go straight on up and fill both sides. Coal is going to be added onto. It gets a bump. It does. It does indeed. Those are coming from that patch. Come on up. And this coal is all being fed into power, which is fine and dandy. Let's just go ahead and remove everything here. Splitter included. Just get rid of it. There's less for us to worry about. More space for spaghetti needs. whatever those might be in the future. Oops. Yep. That power pole wasn't even necessary. Okay, less for us to worry about. And producing less pollution because of those stone brick makers. And oh my, am I storing a whole bunch of... Why are we storing so much stone? I do not know. That's coming from our little... There's a tiny little patch over here, I remember. 810,000 stone. Compared to... What's over here? 146,000. So, stone will be good. Because of that, why am I storing all this stone? Who knows? What I could do, reverse them all, get rid of them. If you have a whole belt full of stone, you don't need all this. I have a feeling I just had a stone down there. Yeah, I did. Yep. Alright. Here, facing down, 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 and down. I want you... Give me another one here. Place that on a belt. This way. Merge together. Oops, not what I meant. I meant to hit Q. And input priority left. Just get rid of that stuff. There we go. Those will empty. Make me feel happier. What is this? What is this line? That is an additional iron line because we want to be able to use the stuff from the smelting line first. Okay. Gotcha. And we just were waiting on a train resupply before the got boosted. Okay. So given that, the train must be moving if we're getting resupplies. So that answers that question. And okay, it's all looking good. Smelting's doing as best as it can with the ore that's available. So we'll stop worrying about that as well. Let's get this upgraded. If those are the only 6 green circuit makers that I have. It's kind of important that they be red lines. Oops. What's with the splitter? Does not appear necessary at all. Just get these going. Upgraded in a bit. Don't really need to upgrade stone for any real reason. Other things are generally a bigger priority, like all the sciences. Oops. All right, it's red. Nope, red is no longer our limiter. Our limiter is the number of labs, which we only have 16. Yeah, that really needs to be boosted. Lately, I've been getting into using 30. 3 rows of 10 each. And I just have, like here, I put inserters passing them back and forth, so they're flickering on and off all the time as they decide in their infinite wisdom how to distribute stuff. These yellows are just way too slow. Not that I'm producing enough to fill up a red anyway, but whatever. Okay, you guys, I don't know why you're even continuing on past there. That's the last one that needs it. Alright, upgrade bonanza on these undergrounds. I don't do any belt weaving, so I don't ever have to worry about... There's an underground to nowhere. I don't ever have to worry about not being able to upgrade the speed on something. Okay, makes me feel better. Even though greens aren't an issue, you never know. At some point, all different colors of science will be an issue going on. Oh, that's just separating out the inserters from just pure belts. Moving on up to red belt territory. Alright. I do not have a drop box for... Yes, I do. There it is. Get rid of all those yellows. Upgrade again. Thank you. This box not limited? No, it is limited. It's just limited it to pretty much way too much. There we go. So I'm carrying 2,400 red belts. I'm basically just upgrading everything right now. What? Why are you sending... Don't do that. I do not want all those belts. Oops, not that. This. Give me those belts back. I'm not going to have you contaminating my line. Alright. What you got left? One stack. Yeah. Here, take those and those and give me that back. Thank you. So we're on an upgrade bonanza right now. Yeah, we're not doing the splitters right now. Easier than having to flip back and forth between different numbers. Let's work on one temporarily, then work on the other, whatever. Just want to get everything moving faster in this factory. Oops, that was the wrong direction. Why aren't you being used as a splitter? Get both sides covered. You're coming down here. Why? Okay. I was gonna say, you don't need it for those smelters. That's just a resupply of the power. Gotcha. And we are full again, not a problem. Okay, that's all red. Already red. Those appear to be going too slow to be red. Okay, those are good. Next up, these guys. Wrong direction. Try again. Okay. Yeah, miners at the end really don't need a red belt, but I don't care. Get it all upgraded, and you don't have to worry about it at all. Alright, let's go through and fix some splitters. There. That. And one of these guys too. Okay then. Get out of the way. Why am I carrying something? Oh, because I cleaned up that line and then put stone bricks back. Alright, wall makers. Happy birthday. Okay. Get rid of a bunch of that. Oh, try again. Right there, though. And why don't I out of boxes? Give me all that. You guys can have all that. 6 landfill. Interesting. Quite holding the stone. I don't need it. I put a stack inserter on that? Really? I'll take it. Maybe a regular inserter. So there's hardly ever going to be a hole for that to fill in with. Right. Alright, that line's good. Okay, very good. Like it. Already red. Cool. There. And there. And there. Looking more professional already. Right there. There. Of course, professionals will plan it better than having this spaghetti mess going on. Okay, excellent. I see some yellows over there. This will be a lot easier with bots, but we got to get to that. We'll do the red to blue conversion with bots. Okay. I generally do the yellow to red conversion manually. Oh, there's the yellow belt. Okay, not needed to be on there. Those greens are looking so bad. I might extend this out another couple if I can. But let's get the belt conversion done first. More things on our to-do list. Alright, those are yellows underneath. Stone does get used later on for rails. Here. Right there. So. Alright, the bus looks... would have been one of the first things I upgraded, so... those are looking pretty dang good. I'm seeing reds everywhere. What I like to see. Alright, yeah, looks like everything else is red all the way down that way. Even the assembly lines. There's just that initial area. Up here I'm seeing some yellows. Are you going up or down with it? Down. Oh, they're already red. It's just the undergrounds that we're lacking. And a splitter. Which didn't really matter because they aren't coming through at red speed yet. what are there needed. Oops, wrong spot. Belts there, cool. Back to, oops, wrong direction. Back to undergrounds. That one done, that one done. There, there, there. There, looks like that stone brick line is still yellow. That one is a speed hiccup, there you go. Okay, looking much better. Where's that going to? Not really needed. Okay. There we are. And there we are. Another tech getting done. We're up to rocket silo now. We'll be ready for it for a bit. Okay. So I haven't even started on RCUs, which we just researched. Alright. I thought I saw some more yellows. No, not currently. Here's the yellows I saw. Alright, walls can go faster now. And they're needed. Okay. There's a couple yellows. Oops, can't reach. Oops, excuse me. I meant to hit 8 every time. I kept hitting 9. That's a yellow belt right there. Cool. More iron up there. And iron gets added on there. I want to make this priority left. Priority left. Get you all the iron you need to make green circuits. We're already diverting half of it over here to gears. Used to be red. Just by making everything yellow helps out the entire factory. That belt isn't needed, neither is that belt. We are very short on gears as well. But it looks like our upgrades are going well, and it's about time to wrap up this episode. So I'm back in the swing of things. I'm going to keep on recording a couple more today, and before I even start to get these uploaded to you guys. So there'll be plenty enough to see. So I thank you for being here, and I will see you in the next episode. Enjoy. See you next time. Bye.